All right, so from last episode, I went ahead and I put 2 coats of paint on the back section here on this front bulkhead, and now we're ready to put the gasket material, the rubber gasket, on the front section here on this surface, or at least that's what I thought I was going to do today. So anyways, let me get you set up and show you what's going on here. All right, so I taped up around the edge on this side here. I didn't do this side here, like I said, because this is still just a little bit tacky. But anyways, so I've got they provide you with this nice piece of rubber gasket material. It's pretty thick, and you're supposed to put it on here with some contact cement, is what they recommend. So I got my contact cement and I got this rubber gasket, and it doesn't quite fit. So if it looks to me like with these 2 notches here, they look like they're in the right spot to go around this plywood piece here for some reason, this piece of plywood here. So if you do that and you can move these around a little bit, you can see I've got about an inch gap all the way around the outside. What the heck? And then if you line it up on the bottom, because the bottom almost lines up, like right here, I can get it lined up along the side here on this side, and then on the back, and then you can see, even without cutting, we have to cut some holes for this. You can see it's about an inch off. So I've sent them an email asking them to send me a gasket of the right size. For now, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to glue it down. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to position it so that it looks about right here. And I'm going to go ahead and we'll just do some rough holes here and just leave it like this. And put the boat back together, and then they can send me a new one, and then I can go ahead and go back and actually glue it down. But for now, I'm not going to glue it down. I'm just going to go ahead and cut the holes here, and then put it in place and put the boat back together, because I got other stuff I got to get done. All right, I had originally planned to just do a template, make a template for these holes, and then transfer those nice and neatly to the rubber gasket. But since that's not happening, I hope I don't end up having to use this rubber gasket. I just hacked in some holes here. This one came out pretty good. This one's a little bit ragged, but I don't care. Then the other holes, the holes that are up here, where is it? Oh, it's right there. For these holes here, I'm going to go ahead, and once I put this, put the everything back together, I'll just go ahead and drill through it. I think that's the best thing to do. When I put the boat back together, I can put a clamp between these 2 pieces and then drill through and clean that out, I hope. Yep, that's the plan anyways. That's what I'm going with. So I want to go ahead and, while I got it, I need to clean off these threads and then put the boat back together. So I'm not gonna show you that. That's putting this boat back together is a pretty ugly scene, so nothing you want to see there. Alrighty then, got the boat back together, got the everything in place. I just went ahead and taped up that rubber gasket up on this edge, and then used the drilled through it. It was a little bit messy, drilled through the rubber gasket, but it worked. So at least for now, until I have to until I get the right one. All right, so now now you can see I've got it up. I got it up pretty high, and you've got to be thinking to yourself, what the heck are you going to do? Well, that's what I'm going to do next here. So let me show you, set you up, and show you what we got going on here. All right, so one of my biggest regrets on the boat is getting the take apart version. The darn thing is just it's a little bit heavy, but it's just too bulky, especially that aft section. It's just so bulky that try to get your arms around it to lift it up is just a lot more than I thought it would be. And honestly, when I had thought about doing this project, the way I was going to end up was to build a cradle for the the back section of the boat, such that I could put it on there and then slide it right off into the back of my pickup truck, and then put this on top and go down to the beach or go down to the river and take it off, carry it down to the beach and down to the river and put it in. But there is no way that that's going to happen. So I got so there we go. Yep. So this is actually a made for a 12 to 14 foot boat. They had one for a 12, but they didn't have it in stock, and I was a little antsy about it, so I just went ahead and got the 12 to 14. Shouldn't be any problem. Everything on this trailer is adjustable. I really like it. Build quality is a little bit iffy. I'd gotten it back about a month or so ago, and already the boards holding the sides are a little bit warped, so I probably end up having to do something with that pretty quickly. But it was a really good deal. If you go to Academy Sports, that's where I bought the trailer from. Now, if you if you go into a store and you see one of these and you go and buy it, they're going to charge you around $1,600 for it. But if you pull out your phone, even while you're there at the store, and buy it online, it's $800. So I looked all over, and this was it's actually an amazing deal. $800 for a brand new trailer. You could find them used for, you know, $200 or $300, but then you need a lot of work and a lot of effort. But $800, and there you go. I think it was a good deal, good buy. Real happy with it. But now I got to get it set up for the boat. See how it everything lines up when I drop the boat down, and then I can put the boat on the trailer, and it's light enough. You can see I just reeled the trailer in. I should be able to pull it out, and I'll park the boat under the tree, and I've got a cover for the boat, and then I can work here in the shed on doing painting the other parts, and then I can come out and work on the boat underneath the shade of the tree, hopefully. so that's my plan going forward. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and drop it down. Got quite a bit of adjustments there to make, I think. I'm not going to bore you with that, but I'll show you when we're done the fit and everything and how it looks. All right then. Sorry for the sound quality. My wireless mic died and it's charging right now, but I wanted to get this done and show you. So anyways, all I did yesterday afternoon was loosen up all four of the corners there and drop them down a bit. And then just took a general look and see how the boat's sitting. So it might be kind of hard to see, but the with the bottom of the boat being round or curved, you know, there's not really a good flat spot to get to. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get new boards and new carpet. And I think I want the boat to be tilted back a little bit, about like that. So when I do that, also I'll do something with this guy here to give me a better support up front. I'll have to make something up for that. But anyways, yeah. So that's basically all I've got to do to get this boat trailer the way I want it. The other thing I forgot to mention yesterday is the wheel didn't come with the trailer. That's an Amazon special. I think it was, I don't know, $35-40. Works real good, bolted right on. So for me that was pretty important to have that. Oh, the other thing I'll probably do is something up here. I'll have to move this guy forward, but then I think I'm going to have something that comes out here, probably below the strap here, to hit on the boat somewhere in here. It's a nice flat piece of something there. So anyways, all I'm going to do now is use the ratchet straps and secure the boat down and move it on out of here, and then put the cover on outside. So let me get that done, and we'll be back in a little bit. All right, sorry again for the noise and the wind noise and everything, but I just wanted to show you. So nice boat cover. You can get that through CLC boats. It's a custom cover. It comes with a support pole that you put in the middle. Everything's a little bit finicky, but you can see the wind's blowing pretty good out here. I've got it tightened down. I still probably need to tweak a few things, but it'll be coming off and on as I work through it over the next week or so. Like I said, we're gonna have to take the boat off the trailer sometime soon when I get the right size gasket to go in there. Anyways, so not real worried as long as it's mostly protected. I think I'm good. The next job is I think I need to do some cleanup in here, so I can get ready, and then we'll probably be back in a couple days and start painting get set up to paint the yard, the boom, and then I've got to work on the mast a little bit too to get going on that. So we'll pause here, probably be back in a couple days or so, and see where we're at. Alrighty then, so you can see I've got everything strung up to do some more darn painting. So I think this should work okay. Getting this stuff painted over the hopefully next 2 or 3 days. I did get, I don't remember if I mentioned it, but I do have the 2 sets of oar lock risers now. I had to order an extra pair, and I had to order an extra pair of the brass parts, that oar lock riser parts that go on them. So I got these here. I'm going to leave the back unpainted because I expect I'll be doing the 4200 underneath when I screw those down onto the boat. So I've got all the other parts all lined up, ready to go to be painted. And the other thing that I need to do is the mast, right? So this long aluminum piece is the mast upper section, and at the top of that you have to put this mast head fitting in it, and it shows you gluing it in. Also, it shows a coupler here, mark the center coat and dry fit. Yeah, so we'll have to do, so here it says you can epoxy coupler to one mast section only. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll do it to the lower part, and we'll get that done. I've got that mast coupling right here. But first we got to get this thing here, this mast cap into the aluminum mast. And let's see, yes, here it is. So see some variation in it's actually in the inner diameter of the aluminum stock, so you might need to sand on the coupler a little bit to get it to slide into the mast. So sure enough, I've got this is the mast head here, and it has to go in here, and it's just too big. So I've got the old jury-rigged belt sander set up here, and I'll just go ahead and smooth off this a little bit. It looks like it got chunked up a little bit here too, CLC boats. I don't think I did that, but it should work. This will be the only part sticking out, so it looks okay. So let me get you set up, and I'll go ahead and see if we can get this at least dry fit in here, and then I can do the painting, and then I'll do the epoxying last, I think, on this. So let me get you set up, and we'll see what else we get into here today. All right, let's see if we get this sanded down a little bit. Should be able to just do some test fits right there. Yep, good. And then let me see if I can start this without hurting myself. All right, that one went pretty good. Didn't hurt myself, and this has got, I think, just enough room to get some epoxy in there and get that glued in. So we're all good there. So let me pause here, and I need to wipe everything down for the painting. I don't think I'll show the painting. I'm just going to use, I've got another quart left of that Aqua Mist, that really light green that I'm going to use for all this stuff, because I've only got about a half a quart left of the white. So I'll go ahead and use the Aqua Mist for all this rest of this stuff. I had kind of planned on that, depending on which one I had most left of. So I'll go ahead and get everything wiped down, and then paint all this extra stuff, and then maybe we'll come back and show you the epoxying when I get to epoxy the Mast stuff here. All right, got the first coat on that stuff. Didn't go very well, but it's, at least I didn't get very much on me, I don't think. I'll have to go and look in the mirror, see how much I got on me. But anyway, so I got a pretty limited time here. It's 88 degrees out here, so we are going to go ahead and get this done pretty quick here. Of course, I mixed up way too much epoxy, but this should be the last of the epoxy, I think, for a while. I don't think we got anything else after this that needs epoxying, so that's a good thing. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need some towels. The orientation doesn't matter right now. Later on, in fact, probably tomorrow after after this dries, we'll have to do some holes, and the orientation of this will matter quite a bit then. I was going to spend the time and clean up these aluminum pieces, the Mast pieces here, and then decided against it because they're just going to get banged up anyways. All right. I'm just thinking now, yeah, I think I'm going to take a piece. It doesn't say to do this in the instructions, but I think it's probably a pretty good idea. Just so it doesn't pop out. Not in the instructions, but again, I'm going to do the same for this. I marked the halfway point on this, and we're going to epoxy this into here, and then I'll probably, we'll have to be careful. I don't want to lose those lines. So let me see how much. In the instructions, I think they want you to do it even a little bit thicker than this, but I think this should work pretty darn good too. Way too much epoxy. This other end of the pipe, the long one, will be fitting into here, so I want to make sure I get a good cleanup on this. There, that'll hold it in place. Looks about right. All right, there you go. So we'll be back out tomorrow and see how this works. And I doubt if the paint will be dry enough to put a second coat on, but we'll probably be doing stuff with the Mast tomorrow. Alrighty then, it's another day out here in the shed, and big surprise is that the painting I did yesterday is dry enough, I think, to go ahead and do a second coat today. So that's a nice surprise. Of course, still pretty crappy paint job. Where is it? Oh yeah, so here you can see I got quite a bit of runs along here. But anyways, I'm just going to use, I used it a little bit before, but most of it I'm just going to use the a red Scotch Brite pad to scuff everything up and give everything another coat of paint here this morning. And then if we have time after that, looks like the epoxy on the Mast cured pretty good. So I'm hoping that I can scuff up everything, do the painting, and then get the Mast together. We've got to do this stuff here, and I need to take a closer look at this on how they're doing it. think we're okay. You know, one of my concerns is I don't see any kind of locking washer or anything. I'm not sure I've got thread lock to put those in, because I'd want to make sure I had thread lock on these, or at least a lock washer on them. But anyways, let me go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, do the scuff up the parts, try to get another coat on them, and then we'll come back and when I start working back on the mast. Alright, you got another coat of paint slapped on here. No wonder it's drying so quick. It's 95 degrees out here in the shed. It is 50% humidity, so that helps a little bit. Anyway, so we're still looking at this, getting this done here today. So they got you drilling a hole and putting in this, what do they call this, eye strap, and then the jib halyard block, and then putting the shrouds and the forestay on, and then bolting it all down. They don't give you as usual. So yeah, it's a pre-drill with a 1/8 inch bit for the eye strap, and located 1.5 inches below. Slide and thread the pan head into the holes. Well, they're machine screws. Now, I think a number 8 and 1/8 inch, the thread should, and you're going into aluminum, so it's not, shouldn't be too bad. But I did get I do have a number 8 tap there, and then also I picked up some thread lock that we'll put on, and some washers. There's some washers in here, but they're all flat washers. I didn't see any split washers. They do have some small ones that would probably be for number 8, but I didn't see any split washers or lock washers. So I got some star washers. The other thing is, and then also we put on the cleats on the mast too. So we'll see if we can get those holes drilled. They're just these plastic cleats. They do have, and the way this one fits in here, can't really put a washer in top there, but it's got a kind of a little bit of an indentation there. So I'm going to put the washer on in between the cleat and the mast. Now, the other thing I don't really like is the fact that we're putting stainless steel screws into aluminum. So that's the other reason I went ahead and got the thread locker. So hopefully that'll help us enough that it'll minimize the galvanic corrosion between the aluminum and the stainless steel screws. So not really happy with that, but that's what we got. So that's what we'll do. Yeah, so let me get you set up. I'll drill the first hole, and then I'll put the eye, whatever this thing is, whatever they call this. So I got the first hole marked, and I did a punch. So I'll drill the hole, put the screw in, put this down, then mark the other hole, and get that drilled, and then we'll see if we can put it all together. All right, I think I'm ready to go now. Trying to drill this big old piece on the drill press here is a challenge. I got it blocked up a couple different ways here. I just realized that one isn't probably good enough here. And the hole needs to be in, the hole in this mast top thing here, so it needs to be in line this way with that. So I think we're close enough. Hopefully it doesn't matter an awful lot. All right, let's get all right, there, you can see that now. Of course, straight in the way. All right, let's see if we can get this without doing a thread tap. Yep. Not sure why they think that you don't need to do a tap on this. Let me get the rest of my stuff here. I could probably get it to go, but kind of goofy if I've already got a tap. All right, now to get this tapped. Alrighty, let's make sure that fits just like downtown. All right, good. Phew. Don't know why they gave us such long screws. The only thing I could think of is that they don't expect expect it to sit all the way down because of all the stuff that has to go underneath this this loop thing here. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this down all the way. Close enough. Let's see if I can do a punch here right in the middle. All right, if I was real brave, I'd go ahead and drill right through that. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's see if we can get this set back up. All right, let's see if we can drill this other hole without. Seen people on other YouTube channels that will just take and put the tap right in a drill and just go to town. I'm not that brave. All right, this works. This will be a miracle. Still just doing a dry fit here. Yep, looks like we got it. Almost looks halfway straight too. All right, good. So I'm going to pause here. I've got to do the other the cleats, and I need to figure out where they go. But I'm just going to go ahead and do those, so I don't have to worry about trying to film them. And yeah, so I'll finish up today getting the parts on the mast that need to go on, and then probably won't be tomorrow, but the next day we'll start working on getting this measured out and fitted up to the boat. All right, then another day out here. So I did the third coat on the other parts this morning. Yesterday I did get the short, the lower piece is the one that gets the cleats on it. So I've got 3 cleats to put on. Drilling and tapping these holes was a little bit of a chore, and I screwed up one of them. I actually didn't get it square. I got it off at an angle a little bit, but I think we're okay. I think it's this one here. I did clean up the mast parts here a little bit, just with some a little bit of water and extra fine steel wool, just to get rid of the worst of it. And there's a couple of spots that had some label gunk left over on it. But anyway, so what I decided to do was to go ahead and use the 4200 on this instead of trying to do the thread lock on it. So I've already taped off the sections, and I think we're ready to go on this. So I think what I'm going to do is spread some on here first. Let's see here. And I had to modify a little bit one of these. Yeah, it's this one here. Pretty sure it's this. Yeah, it's this one here. It's off just a little bit that way, and it's this hole here. It doesn't go right up straight and down. So I had to ream out the hole on the cleats just a little bit in order to get it to go in. So let me see if we can do this, and hopefully this 4200 will also help us out on between the stainless steel and the aluminum, minimizing the galvanic action there on the between the two. That might not have been a good idea because now I can't see where the holes are. We can do this. We can still do this. All right. So which one? It's this one here. This could get messy. This feels like it's going in too easy. I'm afraid that this isn't the right hole. It's only 95 degrees out here in the shed today, so I figure our working time is about 2 minutes. Let me try this one here first. All right, good deal. I think we. Alrighty. That didn't work out very good, to be honest. I'm not sure it was worth the trouble. One thing I'll have to kind of remember is that the this cleat that goes here should be facing forward when we put the mast in the boat. So don't let me forget that. I'm thinking about where the joint is, about putting in a kind of like a thumb screw, grub screw kind of thing, if we have to. But I don't see any reason why we should have to do that. Yeah, I cleaned up the poles used for the mast here, and I don't know why CLC boats didn't. I don't know, maybe get a better grade, or get a little bit better looking, but they're pretty chewed up. They some pretty deep scratches in them. You could get rid of them, but it takes quite a bit of elbow grease. They use some awful long screws on these. I was wondering why they did, and it's to make up for the difference. And the other thing I think they should have done is they could real easy make up a jig and pre-drill these holes for you. If it was me, that's what I would have done. Because trying to drill the holes on a round pipe is probably not the easiest. I don't know what I would have done if I had to do it with a hand drill. Yeah, don't think this was a very good idea. Yeah, not gonna worry about it. I did, hopefully you can see this, I did offset them on purpose just a little bit. Probably, I think I was either quarter or half inch I aimed for. But because the screws are so long, and there's probably pretty little risk to it, but the screws go more than halfway through. So I was worried that I'd get some interference, so I offset them just a little bit on each side, just because I could, and I didn't want to have any big problems later on. All right, last one. I'll go ahead and let me go ahead and just do this one, and then let me see where we're at. I'm not sure if I got time to do the. Yeah, we might tackle the top of the mast. But anyways, let me go ahead and pause here, and we'll be back in a little bit. All right, so got the masthead here. Oops. So I did get some. I just got some blue thread lock, but I think that I've changed my mind again. I'm gonna just go ahead and use some anti-seize on the threads going in here. I've got the star washers on the screws already, so I think that's what I'm going to go with. In fact, let me. I'm just going to do a little bit of a toothpick here. I don't want to make too big of a mess. And we'll do the screws when we get to them. All right, so this jib block, I guess they call it, goes on the front of the mast. So we've got the starboard stay and the port stay over here, and then I lost it. Here we go. And then we need to put the forestay on here, on this guy. It goes right underneath here. And then this all goes right on top. Let me just put a little bit more here on these guys. All right, good enough. Lots of moving parts here. Make sure I got that. Got this right. So, yep, these go over each other like that, and that one comes up underneath that. All right. Well, it looks like I got it. I got it right. This comes out like that. This pulls down there. These guys are on the side. All right. Well, until we do the dry fit, I guess I don't know if that's right or not. I think it looks like it is. Looks like the drawing almost. Of course, these come up a little bit. Once we put them on, I think they'll go to their natural place. All right, good. So let me pause here, see where we're at. I'd like to get the dry fit done on this mast pretty quickly, either tomorrow or the next day. And we still have to worry about the that stupid rubber gasket in the, in the middle of the boat. That's a story, but we'll wait for that for another day for now. Alrighty then, that's going to do it for this episode. We've still got quite a bit to do, but we're getting into the good stuff now, starting on the hardware, and then putting all the bits and bobs on the boat. Today I'm going to go ahead and just check over all these pieces that I painted, and then maybe if I have to do some touch up, we'll do that. And then, like I said, we've still got quite a bit to do. But anyways, I want to say thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Please leave me any comments, questions, suggestions down below. Please tell your friends about me. And please subscribe. Everyone, take care and be good.